Hey, good morning, everybody. It's Wednesday, June 17th. And I was thinking of this verse today that says, when you pass through the water, I'll be with you. When you pass through the fire, you will not be burned. And I love it because it reminds us that we're going to go through hard times. It's not like, don't worry, you'll never pass through fire, you'll never pass through water. But when those things happen, I will be with you. Psalm 91 says, I will be with them in trouble. I love that God is with us. And today I get to interview Rob and Raylene McWade. They are just a fantastic couple, and they've been, like you, journeying through this pandemic with hope and optimism, but they've also had other difficulties. They've had some health issues and some health struggles. So I want to talk to them a little bit about that and see how God's been ministering to them. And again, my purpose in all of this is to bring joy and encouragement to you, that we have a God who loves us, who's with us, who cares about us, who answers our prayers, and brings us comfort. So let's go talk to Rob and Raylene now. Hey, good morning, Rob and Raylene. How are you guys this morning?
Good. Hi.
Hi, Tim.
Good. You got a beautiful day there on the farm?
It is, yes.
Nice.
Few and far between right now, but they're coming.
That's right. Yep, the rain is good and the sun is even better. So we'll take it all. It's so glad to be with you guys. You know how much I just like you so much. And Raylene and I saw each other the other day, and we might have side hugged. I think we might have broke some rules already. But it's just hard. It's hard to see you guys and not greet you with a hug. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, she hasn't hugged me yet.
I haven't even seen you. Come on, man. I'll jump into your arms. She doesn't even hug you. That's awesome. Hey, so I wanted to talk to you guys. I mean, so many people in our congregation know you and love you, and it's just good to hear what people are going through, how God's meeting them. But you also have a story of some struggle that you've been through in the last little while, and thank you so much for being willing to share that story. But I'd love to hear it. Tell me what's been going on in your guys' lives.
I guess it started in January, right after Christmas. I was supposed to take off for a convention down south, fly down to work, and I just wasn't feeling very good, and not good at all. And I came home and I said, I got to pack. I'm leaving tomorrow morning at 5:00. And she looked at me and said, no way, you're not going. And so I canceled my flight that night at 9:30 and listened to her, and we prayed about it. And because I still wanted to go, I thought I better go. I don't want to miss this. And we went into the doctor the next week, and I took a week off of work. And when we got in there, he said my heart blood pressure was so high that if I'd have flown, it would have been a high risk operation. So it had been going on for a long time, and I just ignored it. And then she finally prodded me to.
I grounded him.
Yeah.
He grounded me. So
that's so strange for a guy not to want to go see a doctor. Huh?
That's right. Yeah, it'd been a while for sure. So then he just put me through a barrage of tests after that. So, and we had a couple other little complications that I'm working through now, but they were. It got to the level they were worried about the C word, and I've got that cleared a week and a half ago. I guess I got back into the hospital and had a procedure, and they cleared that. So now I've got to work on my. I lost 11 pounds since this has started, but I got a fatty liver, is what they call it. So they put some of that onto the high blood pressure and stress, and so I've started to learn to chill. COVID will do that for you too, but I've stayed working fortunately through the whole thing, and but it's definitely brought a different light, I guess, and a little more commitment and a little more prayer. I'm not the best at all of that, and but it's brought a peace. You know, when I went into the surgery and they took my blood pressure and said, man, you're calm, you're down. And I thought, I wasn't worried at all. Whatever it was going to be, I knew I had Raylene and I had God and the group of people, even from the Alliance Church, that would have backed me up. Wow. So, I mean, I've come through it, and it's a few small things to work on, but nothing that's going to make me stay away or take me away. So it's a good deal. Yeah. So that's kind of where we were at.
So were there some difficult emotional days through all that?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No, it's learning to prioritize. And that's sometimes my problem. I hit the floor running. I go to work. I come home and I go out here, and she comes and finds me at 9:30 at night and says, "You got to come in." What are you doing? I said, "Well, it's not dark yet." But anyway, it's so I've learned that I need to spend more time and appreciate what we have, and the people around us, and family, and God. I mean,
Yeah.
it's I'm fortunate. I'm still young into that as far as the overall picture. So, but without him, I sure would have been. It would have been a lot more anxiety and stress, and would not have been fun. So I'm glad that I have not always. I go there, and I need that encouragement for me to think about him more in the weekday. So it helps me to stay focused. So now she's the one prodding me.
Yeah, it's like we gotta turn on the computer and get to our sermon,
Yeah.
on Sundays. But it's good. It's
Yeah.
really good. The other thing that we did through this journey, though, too, is we did check in with each other quite a bit. Are you scared? Yeah, a little. How are you? Do you want to talk it? No, I think I'm good. We're praying about it. The peace of God was really, really evident. And but I think we just kind of checked in with each other every time something was happening, or a new piece of news, or a new test.
Yeah.
And we just like, how do you feel about that? And so that was good.
That's great. Yeah,
Yeah,
lots
it
of
was good to be.
conversation, right?
Yeah.
Lots of
Yeah.
conversation, just constantly checking in. And because sometimes that can change moment by moment, right? And it's not like what I said yesterday is not the same for the next 9 months. It could be, what happened yesterday is different than how I am today. I know when we were going through our health stuff, that's how it was. We needed to, because some days you're feeling great and other days not so much. So
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
No, it's
good.
true. Yeah.
Now you have other community around you too. Is that right? Church community that you're connecting with.
Yeah. So as part of my ministry role at ACC, I'm the coach of women's life group facilitator. So I'm starting to have coffees now with everybody, and reconnecting and seeing how their life groups are doing, and really encouraging them to, if they haven't already found a way to connect with their life group, to start doing it. I know one lady I'm meeting with tomorrow, her group is had a hiatus over this, and now they're going to start meeting back. So I was thrilled. She needed a DVD, so I'm going to be able to facilitate some of that again. And so we're really excited about that. But it was funny because I watched your ACC today with Carlin Lutzer, and this is a blast from the past. This is when our church was just an entire life group. But look at those handsome guys. Carlin Lutzer and Kevin Hogan.
That's a dream team right there.
I know, right? So, but looking through this, and from where ACC started, we were a small, tight-knit family. We really were. And the need for small groups was, we met on Sundays. If we had prayer requests, we stood up during the service and asked for prayer. It was easier to connect in a smaller group.
Yeah.
Now, as our church has gotten bigger, that's harder to do. People don't feel as connected. Then you add COVID to it, and it's even more difficult. So I think what this season has taught me, even in a more important way, and I love my small groups, and that's why I'm passionate about this ministry, but we get to re-examine the need for it and why it's so important, and I'm seeing people just hungry to get connected again. So that's what I'm really, really excited about.
Yeah, and there's sort of a rhythm we've always had in normal pre-COVID world, if you can remember what that world was like. But there was this rhythm of, you kind of meet from end of September to end of May, and then everybody shuts down for the 4 months of summer or whatever. But boy, that's kind of thrown out the window a little bit these days, right? It's like
It is.
our yearly routine has changed, and you could actually start a life group today and go forward. You don't have to take a break over summer.
That's exactly it. And that's what I'm encouraging our groups to do, especially because pretty soon, and this has been very difficult for a lot of our moms that have been homeschooling kids, it's been very difficult to even find time to do their own devotional sometimes, let alone have some sanity time with other moms. So I think this is going to offer us an opportunity to think outside the box and maybe do some life groups throughout the summer.
Oh, that's really good. I just, when you say that about being busy, I remember just how busy life is with little kids, and to have them around all the time. It's just, it can be really tough, and lots of guilt then can come in place because you're like, I'm not connecting with God like I should be connecting. And we should. It's like any relationship. Like, I'm sure marriages it's hard on marriages too, right? Because you just have no time for each other, or not near the kind of time you used to have. I remember that, and just how important it was for me to hear from God that he just loved me. He just loved me. And just whatever time we could spend together, he was happy. He wanted to be with me. And that freed me up from so much guilt, and to take the moments that I could have. He understood that I had small children, he understood that. And he was just loving me through it. So it was so important. So thanks for reminding me of that.
Yeah. Well, and I think the other reminder through Rob's journey, and then through our, family's journey as well, is the grace of God that, like you said, Tim, to allow ourselves to come before him and know that he's gracious and he loves us, but to offer ourselves that grace a little bit, and to offer each other, if we're grumpy, or the days are getting long, or that kind of thing. And with our extended family, we had the unique benefit, both of our adult children live in Sylvan Lake and are married with children, and we decided right at the very beginning, with Dr. Hinshaw's advice, like, if you're going to do a cohort, do it now. And so we did. So perfect. We cohorted with our kids. Our son and daughter our son and daughter-in-law were working still, and so they needed help with childcare. And it really helped us communicate as a family, and really say and extend grace to each other for what our expectations were, what this was going to look like, because we didn't know how long it was going to be. No. And so it's really helped our family unit and Sunday school together. It's been a really special time.
That's so great. That's so great. Well, I love to see how God's working in your lives. Rob, I'm so glad that things have worked out good in your life, your health, and just praising God with you. And looking for huge hugs there, Rob. Huge hugs.
Thank you. Won't be long.
All right. Well, God bless you guys. I hope you have a fantastic day, and God's peace be on you.
You too, Tim.
Bye.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. See, it's not just me that says we got to connect in life groups. Raylene is just convinced about this, and we need each other during these days. And for some of us, we've been isolated a lot in the last few months, and we need to reconnect. And so, man, life groups is the way to do that. We're going to start to sort of get back together again as a church community, physically meeting together again. But even then, our main ways of connecting, main way to connect at ACC is through life groups, through small groups. And so if you are interested in that, if you say, yeah, I think I want to be a part of I'm ready to start one. Or maybe your life group normally takes a break over the summer and you haven't been meeting for this whole COVID thing. Man, start it up again now. Find some way to connect over the summer. I know things are opening up and maybe some travel is starting to open up again, but there's still lots of limitations. And so take this opportunity. Don't feel like you have to follow the old calendar from the old days. You can just start now and connect. And we really want to do this so we can pray for each other and encourage each other to know each other and be known, to hear each other and be heard, and to see each other and be seen. This is what I want for all of us. So I just want to encourage you with that to think about leaning into that. And if you have any prayer requests, anything that you need, we'd like us to bring to the Lord, please let us know. We'd love to do that for you. I love hearing how God was meeting them in their prayers, how Rob was finding peace in the midst of a difficult unstable circumstance, right, where he didn't know what the results were going to be. There's lots of unknowns, but God's peace was with him. And God wants that for you as well, for you to experience his great peace despite your circumstance. So I pray that brings you joy and encouragement today, and I hope the rest of your week goes fantastic. We'll talk to you again on Friday.